Hello and welcome to the post-market update from Nirmal. I am here on that day. What a volatile day that we've seen, though. There was that some bit of positivity that continued in today's trading session after the two-day rout that we had seen in domestic markets. Clearly, we have taken cues from the global markets. Sensex and Nifty have halted that two-day losing streak, and it was mainly Reliance Industries as well as ICICI Bank that actually came to the rescue for the Indian markets. A clear topsy-turvy session that we've witnessed in trade, and we've actually recovered slightly from the worst single-day fall that we had seen in nearly 5 years. On Sensex as well as Nifty, we ended almost unchanged. However, if you see Sensex, it swung from a fall of almost 1% in intraday trading day session and rose with gains of almost 1%. So that's the kind of gyration that we saw. Whereas if you see in terms of Nifty 50 as well, from a fall of as much as 1.2% in intraday trading session, it rose as almost 0.9%. So these were the kind of gyrations and volatility that we saw in today's day of trade. Clearly, overall, if you go to see in terms of the market breadth as well, that was pretty much in favor of the bears. And Bank Nifty also ended a tad below the 26,450 mark. However, there was that positivity that continued with regards to where the banking counters go. You had the Nifty PSU Bank Index, which was the top loser, whereas the Nifty Media Index was the top gaining sector as well on Nifty 50. Moving away from this, overall 6 out of the 11 sectoral gauges that actually ended lower, and already mentioned the top gainer and the top loser. Let's quickly understand what happened with the broader markets as well. They clearly underperformed the benchmark indices in trade, wherein the mid-cap and the small-cap index both ended lower. And very lastly, in terms of stock-specific action, let's see the top gainers on Nifty 50. So you had a Yes Bank, Z Entertainment, BHARTI, INFRATEL, Coal India, as well as a Hero Motor. These were the few top gainers, whereas BPCL, Tata Steel, Tata Motors, INDUSIND Bank, and these were few of the top losers as well on Nifty 50. Very interestingly, as we already mentioned, it was ICICI Bank as well as Reliance Industries in terms of weight that actually led to these kind of gains. On the broader markets, you had DILIP, BUILDCON, IRB, INFRA, CENTRUM Capital and Kaplan Point. These were the top top gainers on BSE 500, whereas Indiabulls Housing, Sobha, Apollo Tyres and Intellect Design, these were the top losers on BSE 500. You had a lot of Nifty 50 stocks that ended at a 52-week low. So Axis Bank, Grasim India, Hindalco, INDUSIND Bank, ITC, ONGC, as well as an SBI ended at a 52-week low, whereas Pidilite Industries on BSE 500 hit a 52-week high in intraday trade. And on the losing end, you had ACC, Bajaj Corp, Glenmark, Piramal Enterprises, RCF, PNB. These were a few of the names that actually ended at a 52-week low on BSE 500. Moving away from here, overall, if you go to see, there is that bit of negativity that continues, a lot of stock-specific action that we've been witnessing in trade. On the moving front, you had RBL Bank, which ended higher, and this is on the back of the positive commentary that we heard from the management with regards to the current year. Lakshmi Vilas Bank ended higher on fundraising plans. IRB Infra snapped the 3-day losing streak. Indian Hume Pipe gained in trade on the back of an order win. ITC hit a 8-year low in intraday trade. Reliance Home Finance fell, and this is on the back of the default worth 40 odd crores with regards to loan repayment in the month of February. Very interesting moves that we saw, especially in a Yes Bank as well, because that stock actually, if you go to see, has surged almost around 72% in the last 2 trading sessions. So strong moves that did come in on a Yes Bank that was concerned. Away from there, overall, let's see which were the other stocks that actually gave you a cheerful note. Mindtree has appointed a new CFO as well, that's Senthil Kumar, and the key managerial personnel for the interim period. This is with effect from the 11th of March 2020. So that was a stock to focus on. Eicher Motors declared a dividend of almost 125 rupees per share. So this is an interim dividend that Eicher Motors declared. That's the reason why that stock was in focus. PNC Infra was also in focus. They got a LOA from NHAI for the project of 4-laning of Jagdishpur Faizabad section of NH 330A, and this is in the state of Uttar Pradesh, and this is a HAM project to be noted, worth almost around 1530 odd crores. So there were a lot of movers and shakers in trade, but clearly if you go to see, still there is that nervousness that prevails in the markets, there is that cautiousness that prevails in the markets. Where from here on is something that we need to understand, but right now there is no direction that is really indicative for the markets. We are pretty much mirroring as to what's happening in the global markets as well. A lot of global events is something which is having an impact. Coronavirus is something which is having an impact on the global growth, and crude is something which is having an impact as well. Though low crude prices is something which is going to be positive for India's import bills. Very lastly, another aspect that we need to watch out for in today's day of trade is with regards to the mutual fund data that has come in for the month of February. And it's a pretty interesting number that we've picked up with regards to where February goes. What's happened in the month of February clearly is that, though we've been affected by the global market and virus scare, on the back of which we actually saw a reduction of 2% for the overall AUM, which currently stands at almost around 27.22 lakh crores. And the current market situation continues to affect the investor psyche, as both sales and redemptions have declined over the prior month data, clearly indicating that there is lack of momentum in the industry as well. So that's the kind of important data that did come out in today's session in terms of where the February month goes, and I think that will continue in the month of March as well, with the kind of cuts that we've seen in the equity markets. But overall, to be noted, we did end pretty much flat in today's day of trade. Clearly, we have recovered the kind of losses that we saw on Monday's session. Somewhere we have initiated that some bit of positivity, but where from here on is going to be crucial. That's all that we have in the post-market update. To get more updates and news, you could follow our channel on YouTube and follow us and like our pages on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Thanks for watching.